I rarely get to do any videos about my two-wheeled vehicles, so now that I've got my Ariel Leader motorcycle out for a bit of a wash, I thought I'd give a quick walk around just to explain a little bit about this very interesting motorcycle. So this is a 1958 Ariel Leader. It's a very early example. Its serial number is 258. The first 101 examples out of the factory were pre-production test vehicles. So this is really about the 157th vehicle that actually went on sale, and it was shipped out to Australia straight from England. They went on sale in July of 1958 and were a sensation when they were released. Partly because of all of their amazing modern features, or modern features by the time. As you can see, it's a fully covered and fully enclosed vehicle. It's got a two-cylinder, two-stroke engine down under here, all fully enclosed in there, which is actually a copy of an Adler engine from Germany. And Ariel managed to get a copy of that as part of war reparations. Ariel had been around since early 1900s at least, making motorcycles, and they made some famous motorcycles like the Four Square and the Red Hunter, but they were really struggling all throughout their existence with the lack of funds. After the Second World War and the end of military motorcycle contracts, they were kind of stuck. They were producing the same motorcycles they had been producing since the 1930s. So interestingly, for the first time in British motorcycle history, actually probably the first time in British motoring history, before setting off on a design, they decided that they would do something different. And they started what would now be considered like a marketing analysis. They went round to all the dealers and asked them what people were interested in buying and what sort of motorcycles that they would like, and then they designed this vehicle completely from scratch. So it doesn't have the usual metal frame. In fact, it's very, very interesting construction technique. Inside, just at the level between the two colour schemes, is a square steel box, and inside that is the petrol tank. So this here is not a petrol tank at all. It's actually a luggage compartment. If I could just open it with one hand, there you go. And you could fit a helmet, an old style pudding basin helmet in there. You can put all sorts of things in there, and it was lockable. The petrol tank was actually down through here, which filled into the petrol tank down onto there. The engine is mounted hanging underneath the square frame, box frame, and then the wheels are attached at each end. The British motorcycle industry was experiencing quite a bit of competition at the time from scooters coming over from Italy. So the idea of a covered motorcycle was seen as a way of making it more appealing to the the people who weren't really that enamored with motorcycles. They saw them as being dirty and what have you. So they did a lot of marketing for this as a kind of a runabout gentleman's motorcycle. You could wear a suit on it and avoid all the issues of wearing motorcycle leathers and getting dirty. The fact that the engine is completely covered away made it appealing. Unlike Vespa and to a lesser extent Lambretta, they really didn't market too much towards women, but that was more of a British thing. Anyway, these bikes were amazingly successful when they were first released in 1958 and 59. They became Motorcycle of the Year in motorcycle magazines, and sold very well. But after 2 years, sales began to plummet. In the 1960s was a point where people's economy, the national economy in the UK especially, was beginning to recover, and people wanted cars, not motorcycles. And it was a fairly expensive motorcycle. It remained in production until 1964. After the demise of Ariel, because this was their last vehicle, they made several different versions of this. They did a sports model which didn't have any of the fairings. It kind of got tarred with the reputation of being a lemon, which is quite unfair, because actually it was the thing that kept the company going for another 5 or 6 years. Because if they had kept trying to sell their old 1930s models, they really would have gone out of business a lot sooner. Anyway, it's a great bike to ride. The two-stroke runs absolutely fine. It's really well balanced. It has a very low centre of gravity. You can go really slowly on it, and it never feels unstable. So the designers really got it really well engineered. So I find it's a lovely bike. I haven't really done anything to it. You can see that windshield on the front is not original. The original one would have covered, would have been going up all the way from the rim right through or to the top. But yeah, it is broken at some point. Someone's customized a little one that goes on there. I've left it at that. I'm quite happy with it in the condition that it is. Anyway, it's a lovely bike to ride. I enjoy it. I'll try and take it out every weekend if I can, if the weather's fine. Thanks for watching.